Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the best Dolby Atmos soundbars of 2025, and I'm not just rattling off specs. I'm going to help you figure out which one is actually worth your money. Here is the plan. We'll start with the flagship monsters that deliver the absolute peak of home theater immersion. Then work our way down through the premium mid-tier options that balance price and performance. And finally, wrap it up with the budget picks that still give you a taste of Dolby Atmos magic without destroying your wallet. And here's the twist. After each product, I'll give you a clear verdict. Buy if I think it's absolutely worth it. Maybe if it's good but has caveats. Don't buy if it looks shiny but fails where it counts. We'll also keep a cumulative chart that updates as we go. So by the end, you'll see exactly how all these soundbars stack up against each other. So grab your popcorn because this is going to be an epic ride through the world of Dolby Atmos soundbars. When it comes to soundbars, Samsung's flagship models have set the standard for years, and the HWQ-990F is no exception. This thing is an absolute powerhouse. We're talking 11.1, 4 channels of audio, meaning you get dedicated surround speakers and 4 up-firing drivers that bounce sound off your ceiling to create that signature Atmos dome. Add the included wireless subwoofer, and suddenly your living room sounds like a full-blown IMAX theater. Where it shines most is immersion. Explosions don't just rattle the couch, they echo above you. Dialogue is crisp, even during chaotic scenes, and thanks to Samsung's Q Symphony tech, if you pair it with a compatible Samsung TV, the TV's speakers join the party for an even bigger soundstage. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the price. This isn't cheap. But if you want the best of the best, the HWQ-990F delivers in spades. Verdict: Samsung HWQ-990F. Buy if you want the ultimate Dolby Atmos experience, complete with booming bass, dedicated surrounds, and no compromises. Don't buy if you live in a small apartment or want something discreet. Maybe if you're on the fence between this and the slightly cheaper Q930D, Sony's flagship entry. The Bravia Theater Quad takes a different approach. While Samsung chases raw power, Sony aims for refinement. The Quad features 4 up-firing drivers paired with Sony's unique psychoacoustic tuning, which creates a wide stereo field that's just as impressive for music as it is for movies. If you be the kind of person who listens to vinyl one night and watches Dune the next, this might be your dream soundbar. It's not quite as thunderous as the Samsung, but what it lacks in brute force, it makes up for with clarity and balance. Vocals sound natural, instruments have weight, and it never feels fatiguing, even after hours of listening. That said, if your main goal is to shake the walls during a Michael Bay marathon, this may not be the one for you. But for audiophiles who want Atmos without sacrificing musicality, the Quad nails it. Verdict: Sony Bravia Theater Quad. Buy if you value audio refinement and want a soundbar that's just as good for music as it is for movies. Don't buy if you crave maximum cinematic impact and explosive bass. Maybe if you want a balanced option and already own a Bravia TV for seamless integration. Sonos Arc Ultra, stylish and smart. The Sonos Arc Ultra has become a favorite among premium buyers for one simple reason: it blends style, simplicity, and performance. With a sleek design that looks more like modern furniture than AV gear, the Arc Ultra delivers 5.0, 2 Dolby Atmos sound on its own. But when paired with a Sonos sub and surrounds, it blossoms into a true home theater experience. Sonos shines with its ecosystem. You can start small and over time expand your setup without buying a whole new soundbar. Add a sub now, surrounds later, and suddenly your living room grows with your budget. The downside? Out of the box, the bass isn't as commanding as Samsung or Sony. You'll almost certainly want to add the sub, which drives up the total cost. But if you're looking for style and flexibility, the Arc Ultra is a winner. Verdict: Sonos Arc Ultra. Buy if you want style, easy setup, and long-term expandability. Don't buy if You read all about bass-heavy blockbusters and don't want to invest in add-ons. Maybe if you were planning to build out the full Sonos ecosystem but aren't ready to spend all at once. Think of the Q93OD as the younger sibling of the flagship Q990F. You still get wireless surrounds, up-firing drivers, and a solid subwoofer, but at a lower price point. The main difference is channel count. It's a 9.14 setup instead of 11.14. For most people, that's not a deal breaker. In fact, many buyers find the Q93OD to be the sweet spot between performance and value. Dialogue is crisp, Atmos effects are convincing, and the bass packs a punch. Unless you have a massive living room, the Q93OD is more than enough. Verdict: Samsung HWQ93OD. Buy if you want 80% of the flagship performance at a much friendlier price. Don't buy if you're a perfectionist who wants every last ounce of immersion. Maybe if you're torn between flagship bragging rights and budget sanity. LG has steadily improved its soundbar game, and the S9 OTR shows why it's earning respect. This bar delivers a 9.15 Atmos experience, complete with wireless rears and a strong subwoofer. Where LG shines is balance. It's not as aggressive as Samsung, not as refined as Sony, and not as stylish as Sonos, but it's reliable across the board. Whether you're watching sports, binging TV shows, or gaming, the S9 OTR handles it all well. The downside? Bass can sometimes feel a little polite, and LG's app still isn't as polished as Sonos or Samsung's ecosystem. But if you want a soundbar that just works across all content, this is a solid pick. Verdict: LG S9 OTR. Buy if you want a versatile all-rounder for movies, sports, and games. Don't buy if you demand the deepest sub-bass or a flawless app experience. Maybe if you own an LG TV and want tight integration. TCL Q85H. Affordable immersion TCL is better known for TVs. But the Q85H shows it can compete in the soundbar space too. This budget-friendly system includes wireless surrounds, a subwoofer, and true Atmos support, features that usually cost far more. Sound quality is solid for the price. You do get Atmos effects, and the surrounds help create a convincing bubble of sound. However, dialogue can sometimes get lost, and the overall tuning isn't as refined as the premium brands. Still, for the price, it's an amazing value. If you're Atmos curious but don't want to spend thousands, the Q85H is a strong entry point. Verdict: TCL Q85H. Buy if you want the cheapest way to get real Atmos immersion with surround speakers. Don't buy if you expect flagship-level clarity and bass. Maybe if you're testing the waters before upgrading later. Finally, we've got the Hisense AX5125H. This is about as budget-friendly as Atmos gets. And it is designed for people upgrading from TV speakers who want to dip their toes into immersive audio. The AX5125H includes a subwoofer and Atmos decoding, but don't expect miracles. Bass is shallow compared to premium options, and the build quality is more functional than fancy. But here's the thing, at this price, any Atmos at all feels like a win. If you're just starting out, this is a smart gateway into the world of surround sound. Verdict: Hisense AX5125H. Buy if you're on a tight budget and want your first taste of Atmos. Don't buy if you want big bass or long-term premium quality. Maybe if you're saving for something better but need a stopgap upgrade now. Alright, let's pull up the final chart. Under buy, we've got the Samsung HWQ990F, Sony Bravia Theater Quad, Sonos Arc Ultra, Samsung HWQ93OD, and LG S9 OTR. In the MAWB column, we have the TCL Q85H and the Sonos Arc Ultra, if you're starting without the sub. And in Don't Buy, we put the Hisense AX5125H if you re-expecting premium performance, though it is still a fair starter option. So here's the bottom line. If you want the absolute best gives, go with Samsung HWQ990F. If you want something balanced and musical gives, Sony Bravia Theater Quad. For expandability and design gives Sonos Arc Ultra. For the best value sweet spot gives Samsung HWQ930D. And if you just want to try Atmos cheap gives TCL or Hisense. Get the job done. So, would I buy all of these? No. But each has its place depending on your needs and your budget. If this guide helped you out, smash that like button. Let me know in the comments which soundbar you'd pick. And don't forget to subscribe. We've got more deep dives coming on the best home audio gear of 2025. Until next time, happy listening.